I called my mum and my dad. I FaceTimed them, and it must have been pretty freaky for them to get that FaceTime. And I'm sitting there on the phone, you know, walking down the highway, and I'm just like, Mum, blah, 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 this is happening. You've got to go get Leo for me. You've got to do this, you've got to do that. And then my dad grabs the phone. He's like, what's going on here? I said, Dad, can you please go and get Leo? Can you please go get him? And he said, no. And then I hung up the phone. It was like, man, okay, I've got no help. No one's going to help me. I need to do this by myself. Okay, I'm not allowed to have money. I've got my car to go back to Hamilton. Oh no, you can come. It's all good. No, it's not live or anything. I can edit it or. Oh yeah, sweet as. Oh, there's a seat over there, just behind that bin. There's a seat. So I hang up the phone, and then I jump back in the car, and I'm gunning it for Auckland, and I'm like, shit, I've got to get back to save my son. And then something inside me just takes over, and like it wasn't even me controlling the car. Like I'm just gunning it. I'm probably going like 170, and I'm just going for it. Like I've got to get to Leo now. I've got to save him. And then you know, I just pull over. Just like I didn't do it really. It just pull over, bang, stay on the main highway, park the car up, leave it there. Hop out the car. You know, I'm not allowed my car anymore for some reason. That was a rule that I'd made up. No money, no car. I have to go there barefoot. But now I've switched to, oh no, I need help. So I start asking people for help again. This random guy, run up to him, and I'm like taking my smartwatch off, and I'm like, bro, this is a $1,500 watch. Can you please help me? I need some help. I need help. I didn't know what to do, and I was frantically trying to get help from somebody. And I said, that's my car over there, you can have my car, please, I just need your help. And he's obviously like looking at me thinking I'm nuts, thinking I'm some kind of crack addict or something. And he's like, I can't help you, mate, I can't, you know, I'm doing this, you know, you need to leave me alone. So I take my watch off, I leave it on the ground for him, like, this is this is something for you, you can take it, please, I need your help. He doesn't help me, so I'm like, man, I've got no help, nobody's gonna help me. My parents, they can't help me. These people around here can't help me. I'm not allowed money. I'm not allowed my car. Shit, what do I do now? And then these delusions started playing in my head again. Now the mission has changed from going to save my son to all of a sudden I have to go back up north to my missus' house. So I've got to sprint back there somehow and get there. So, you know, I took my shirt off. I had just my classic buds, taking the shirt off. I had just my shorts on. I'm sprinting up the main highway just on gravel, barefoot, just gunning it, feeling no pain, no tiredness, no nothing. And with an engine that I used to have in rugby, that's pretty potent, and I was just gunning it, feeling nothing, you know, sprinting on full like highway gravel, and people going past me beeping out, and I'm just on this mission back up north to get somewhere to some place that I was going to get some help, and I needed to help my missus. Not clear on what exactly I was doing, and so I'm going up the highway. People are beeping out to me going, oh, chair, they think I'm on the piss or something, or I'm wasted. And then this guy, he pulls over and he goes, oh mate, you're not one of those O'Donnell boys, are you? And I said, yeah, I'm Kylem O'Donnell. He said, oh yeah, no, I thought you were. Do you want to ride somewhere? It's a bit weird seeing you out here. I said, oh yeah, thank you bro, I want to ride. And then in the car ride, I started making these like cryptic languages. I wasn't allowed to ask him for help. I wasn't allowed to ask for anything. I was really, really hungry, really thirsty. And to ask him for a drink of his Coke, he had a spare can of Coke. And I said to him, oh, are you thirsty? That was the way of me asking, are you thirsty, bro? And he was like, nah, but are you? And I was like, yeah. Oh, so you want this can of Coke? And I'm like, yeah, yes, please. So everything was like a cryptic message to get somebody to help me. I wasn't allowed to ask directly for help, but I was allowed to suggest that, oh, you know, how do I let him know that I'm thirsty without telling him I'm thirsty? And it was weird. It was like another language I was speaking. And then as I was doing that, he sort of said to me, oh, I think I know what's going on. You've had this is what happened to me after I had my divorce. And I said, oh yeah, this is pretty weird, and I've never experienced this before, but this is what's going on for me. And he goes, yeah, nah, that sort of happened to me as well when I got divorced from my wife. And yeah, anyway, he gave me a ride to this petrol station, to the Z, you know, a couple kilometres before Wellsford. So I hop out, straight out the car. Thank you very much, bro. Boom, I'm off again on the highway, sprinting. And on the highway up to Wellsford, I'm thinking, shit, I've got to, you know, I've got to go out into the bush. I've got to go into the farm. I've got to get away. I've got to go. And I'm lucky that I even thought I had to go into the drains, into the water systems. So I'm lucky that my brain didn't take me that way. And I'm staying on this path to go up north. That was the thing that kept me going. Anyway, I'm running. I'm just before Wellsford. And I'm on the highway. And this car goes past and beeps out to me. He beeps and I'm just like, I wave out, and I think it's my mate from back in the day, my mate Jamison Gibson. For some reason his face popped into my brain just because that guy probably looked like him, and he's pulled over on the side of the road, and I'm like, and I had this burst of energy, oh my god, it's Jamo, and I'm just sprinting up to him to get a ride, and I think he's there to help me, to give me help. So I sprint up to him and I get closer and I'm like, oh shit, that's not even Jamo. And he's like, oh, you want a ride, mate? I jump in his car anyway, and we're in his car, and the highway's pretty packed because there's a big concert up north that was meant to be in Tauranga. It got cancelled. I think it was, I can't remember the exact band, but yeah, it was up north, and the whole highway's packed. You know, cars are pretty blocked up, and we get to close to Wellsford, and we started talking, you know, small talk about what he does and about what I'm up to, and I just, you know, I don't really tell him what I'm up to. And then for some reason he goes to me, bro, are you, like, I told him like sort of what was happening to me, and that I was experiencing these things, like, but I didn't know it was psychosis I was having. And then he goes to me, so bro, are you a vampire? And then I had the thought, holy shit, how does he know that I'm like invincible and that I am actually part of this ultimate race? Because that was one of the thoughts that were going through my head as well, was that all of this was a test. So everything was a test, my whole life was a test, and I was part of this ultimate race. And when I got to the place I needed to get to and done the mission, it was over, and everyone would be there going, oh mate, this whole life was just a test, and you were just, you know, you went through all that stuff just to get to here. So I was going through that, and I actually thought I was invincible, and started to have thoughts that, you know, about the vampire stuff that was on the whiteboards. And I thought I was part of this ultimate warrior race, which is probably part of the stuff I was watching, you know, the Vikings episodes and stuff. And it was all a test, and the harder I went and the more that I didn't give up, the better my reward was at the end, and the more accolades I would have in the life that I was going to be in. So he's there, and I thought it was getting all recorded. And he said that to me, and I just looked across at him, and I was like, and I just nodded at him, and he looked terrified. And then he told me to get out the car. I jump out the car, and I'm just standing there. Oh, you can walk past, bro, it's all good. I don't own the sidewalk. You can walk anywhere you want, brother. Sure. Yeah, and I'm just, yeah, hop out the car, and yeah, I just looked at him like, bro, what's up? This is me, I'm here. What's wrong? And then that's when things get a bit out of it. I just fully, like, I had no shirt on already, and he's giving me this ride, this nice guy's giving me a ride. He's asked me if I'm a vampire. He looks terrified, and I just nodded him like, yep, I am, because I believe that I am. And then I stand there and I just pull my pants down, and I'm stark naked in the middle of Wellsford, going like this, just outside the police station, going, what? This is me. This is who I am. What do you want? There's nothing hidden here. This is me. And he just looks absolutely flabbergasted, and he just drives off. And that's when I'm just like, shit, pull my pants back up, run away. And now I'm in Wellsford, and things just start ramping up from there, ramping up. Need a new location, I think.